Greetings and salutations, my friends. We have more information, and I've got to be honest, I've had a little look, and this is the first one where I'm like, we're going to go through it, because I have a couple of questions, and just like every feature, in practice it might be a lot better, just like some of the features I've loved so far, in practice might not work out as well. But we have some information. I haven't even thought about plugging my headphones in. It's just going to be that funky music, isn't it? So we can just don't worry about it. But let's go. Okay, all about recruitment. They seem to have run out of budget, and we're just getting like a really zoomed in fake screenshots and stuff. So yeah, this is pitch opportunities. We'll get to it. There is actually an article that makes sense. This is just weird. If you just saw this, you'd be like, trying to work out what's going on here. Yeah, let's quickly. Yep. And there's this other one here. It's a GIF, is it? Okay, right. Okay, ignore that then. Thank God I can get off Twitter. Powered by TransferRoom. They mentioned TransferRoom a number of times. FM26's recruitment revamp. Building your squad in the transfer market at the heart of every football manager career. Looks successful to get fluff. Recruitment is also an area of the world constantly evolving as clubs look for marginal gains. We know they don't use email. For FM26, we furthered our collaboration, TransferRoom. Wide range of tools. Yeah, right. It gives the meat. Give us the meat. A new home for your recruitment needs. It's all about clarity without compromise. I love marketing speak. Making everything simpler to use and more intuitive to navigate. Good. For scouting and transfers, that meant consolidating what used to be multiple different areas of the game into a recruitment hub within our navigation bar. Just like all the other sections, it has a sort of, essentially a main home page. The new recruitment home screen contains some titles that will be familiar to returning players, blah, 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 blah. So this is the new thing. And it's just got player database, transfer activity, contract, squad planner, recruitment objectives, clauses, short. Like, it just gives it, like this, love this. This is not a problem. This is good. This is fine. I like any sort of overview page is always a good thing, I think. New recruitment objectives title, which is this bottom left one, which is sign high reputation players, which is just your club vision, which I always ignore. It's only a problem when you're doing badly. If you're doing well, they don't care. Gives you a quick snapshot of what the board and fans are expecting you to do. But I like it being on the recruitment. It makes sense. Your immediate needs have been made more obvious with a direct link to the squad planner, which I never use, that identifies any depth issues, giving you quicker insight to where you should focus your attention. But all good. It all makes sense. Bring it all together. Staying on top of player contract isn't an always task, but there's a new visual cue to help here. The contracts tile shows the breakdown of contracts lengths across the squad and immediately surfaces those players with less than 12 months left on their deal, so you know exactly what they're doing. Which yes, good. Where is this? Where's the contracts tile? There you go. 90 contracted players. This is their earnings, I guess. Oh no, 6 to 12 months. So this is how many you've got running out, how many you've got a year left. Fucking hell. Sort it out, man. See, you got 20 players running out of contract. 25 once 2 year, 2 year plus. Love that. 0 to 12 remaining on contracts, and it shows who the players. Like, that's really good at a glance, rather than having to go into your squad, make sure you've got the column that says your contract date's running out, and then sort by it. Just having it on the recruitment. All good so far. All good so far. Cannot see anything wrong. Squad planner. Yep. So this is the recruitment contract. So this is basically when you click on that tile, it pops out and we get this stuff. All good. Offer contract, high value, why you should do it. He's a regular starter. Loving that. Values. I made a video about that. Let's move on. Recruitment isn't just about players, though. You'll also find the sub-menu of this section. You've all got the tools. The new transfer tool, powered by, you guessed it, TransferRoom. So this is the bit and please, counter me. Let me know your thoughts. TransferRoom's football online transfer marketplace, like eBay, a digital platform where clubs are able to simply and directly communicate their recruitment needs and desires with other clubs. We began our collaboration with them in FM24 by giving the option to offer your players for sale via TransferRoom. It's fine. That's still there, which is good, but their integration has leveled up in FM26 with the addition of 2 new features modelled on the real-life functionality they provide to clubs around the world: requirements and pitch opportunities. Let's focus on the requirements, as these are there to give you a more realistic and authentic experience when it comes to buying players. These are essentially a way for you to communicate directly with every other club in your game world and outline your specific requirements in the transfer market. When creating an advert, you can specify what position you're looking for and what sort of player or roles you're interested in. So, I'm assuming... So, this is a... So, you can also set up an expected playing time from star rating to backup or whatever. This feels like the recruitment focus, right? Before the recruitment focus, we'll read through and then we'll question it, right? But I do love the idea of saying, hey, I'm looking for players that are good. I need a backup goalkeeper, so just show me the players that want to be backup, rather than having to go through every player to see if they'll agree to being backup. That bit I love. From there, your ad will be circulated to every other club in the game, and they'll have the ability to come back to you with players they have that might fit your needs. Your director of football will make recommendations to you based on what the clubs come back to you with you, and then be able to approach the agent, scout, and the player for yourself, make an offer, or wait for more options to arise. Simply put, requirements streamline the incoming recruitment process for you by allowing you to express your needs directly and giving you a clear insight into what options might be available on the market. Okay. So bringing new players in often means letting some go, and that's where the pitch... I feel that's a weird name for it. Pitch opportunities doesn't make logical sense. These are the direct counterpart of requirements, allowing you to see what other clubs in your game world are looking for in the transfer market. So like, oh, Man City want a target man. I've got one of those. Opening the transfer room out card allows you to see requirements that other clubs have put out with the exact same detail regarding position, role, playing time, etc. You can filter these by both transfer and loan deals, and if you find something you think matches someone in your squad that's surplus to requirements, you can directly offer them to the club. Simple as that. The pitch... I have so many questions about this. The pitch activity tab allows you to easily keep track of everyone's you've offered out, as well as any transfer bids that come back your way. You'll still receive bids independent of pitch opportunities and can still offer players directly out to clubs using the player report. However, pitch opportunities give you more autonomy and choice when approaching player sales by directly exposing the needs of other teams in your game world. Makes it easier for you to find deals and shape your squad the way you want it. Ultimately, the introduction of both requirements and pitch opportunities changes the way you interact with the transfer market in FM26 beyond, allowing you to get more of what you want and having less hands-on all the time. So, recruitment focus as it is in FM24, you go to recruitment, if you don't use the button, basically, you go to recruitment focus and you're basically setting up one or more of your scouts to do a certain thing. Hey, scouts, I want you to look for a left inverted wingback. Right, that's the role. Left back, inverted wingback in Scotland. Okay? And they will go out. Normally, it's kind of broken, because normally what happens is they give you, we found these 10 guys, and you want it ongoing. Let's say you're in you're in September, and you're like, I want to buy one next summer, so I'm going to spend the next 6 months scouting for these inverted wingbacks. What will happen is they'll immediately find a bunch, and then nothing. Very rarely will anything change in that thing, and like players won't suddenly be added. We found some more. They just seem to find loads or don't find any, and that's kind of all you get. And I notice at the top here, we've got overview, player database, player recommendations, recruitment focus. So is this, but requirements is the pop out. Because what they're saying is that, hey, I need a centre back. So before in FM24, I need a centre back. I set up a recruitment focus for a ball playing centre back. Okay, go old, ongoing. Send them scouts out, job done. In this, I'm placing an ad saying, hey world, I need a ball-playing centre-back. And then anyone that has a ball-playing centre-back that they're willing to sell to me, will then appear on that list. If I'm reading that correct, right? That fits those requirements. Now, a lot of teams don't want to sell their good players. You have to force it. Maybe you have to pay a load more or something, or it'll get them upset, so they ask to leave, Isaac style. So, like, if they're only going to show me players that will, like, the teams are willing to give away, I want to see all the players that meet their criteria that are willing to join me, and then I'll work out if I need to go and then, bid twice as much or unsettle him or wait for his contract to run out or whatever it is. So I feel like you just miss more players doing it this way. However, I do like the fact that you can ask for that will be interested in coming as a backup. That's like actually really important. That's really, really good. And obviously now we've got to do the scouting where you have to have an in possession and out of possession thing. But that had to be added on, right? Because of the new tactic system. Let's keep going and then we'll and also the selling part. Okay, so I've got a centre back, and he said he's achieved all he can at the club. We've only won one League Cup, but don't worry about it. He's achieved all he can at the club. Okay, and he's valued between £7 and 40 million. Okay, jokes aside, he's valued at £5 million. Okay, roughly. So I want to sell him. So in this new way to do it, I can stick him on eBay, essentially. Or this is the bit I don't really sort of get. So it says because you still receive bids. It says so I can see a list of teams and what they want, right? With the exact so it's the requirements that other teams have put out with the exact. Because I was talking to my mate about this last night, and we sort of kind of disagreed because I don't really see the point of it. Like, okay, I want to get rid of this player. He's doing me head in. I'm going to transfer list him. I'm not going to offer him out, but I'm just going to transfer list him for £5 million and just see what sniffs about. See if I get a little wanted ticker. And okay, cool. Let's say Man City want him. Okay, so you can then offer to clubs, and then you can check the box that says offer to clubs that are interested. So it just offers to Man City. I don't really see the point of that because if I want to sell a player, I want as many people to know that I want to sell this player as possible. So I can offer him out for £5 million, and clubs that weren't interested at all, that weren't in the list of any sort of interest, will bid for the player. Because, oh, God, that guy's available for £5 million. Didn't really need him, but actually that's a good price. I'm going to bid for him. That just seems like a lot more logical way to do that than like, do I have to go through a bunch of ads? And what if, like, they're looking for a striker, but they're looking for a target man, but my guy's only got, like, 3 strength and 4 jumping reach. He's actually one of the 7 dwarfs. But, like, are they going to get insulted that I said, hey, I've got a target man for you? How good is the AI when knowing that it matches the criteria they're looking for? Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of this as it is explained, but it could work in practice. It might work really well. It's just, but hey, it's not all doom and gloom. It's none of it's doom and gloom. It's all sort of good. Smarter scouting. The ability to use the new in and out possession functionality in your recruitment isn't limited to TransferRoom. You can use in and out possession roles in your recruitment focuses and general scouting searches in game. Yep, with the new color coding functionality. They had to obviously add that because it would be a nightmare if you could only search for one thing. The scout reports and advice you receive are smarter too, as your backroom tool will now let you know whether the player you're looking at is a natural fit with the formation you're currently using. Nice. Okay, good. Will that include... I didn't see on the other thing. Is it still the same way you can train 3 tactics? Now, like, is that still a thing? I can't remember from the other. Let me know if that's a thing. In which case, does it tell you for the ones you're like your default tactic or all 3? There's more under the hood changes too, waiting for you to discover, all designed to elevate your recruitment experience and increase the realism of how your rivals behave. These improvements and tweaks include, but are not limited to. There's some good stuff in here. Some changes to how clubs sign younger players to satisfy clubs' vision. Okay. I'm assuming that means how the AI does it, because, like, I know that if it says don't sign anybody over 30, that I don't sign anyone over 30. Further tweaks to AI squad building. The only part about that worries me is that they purposely use the word tweak, which is a little thing. A tweak. It's just a smooch. I think it needs rebuilding, to be honest. Most of the time when you're playing FM, you're not really paying attention to the recruitment and how other clubs are building your squad, their squads and stuff. But if you spend a few years in FM and then just go and look at, manage for 5 years in the Premier League and then just go and look at Premier League teams, and this works with every league, you will see an abomination of AI squad building. The more I play this game, the more I believe that the actual biggest thing that needs to be fixed is the way how AI plays the game, which is obviously a big job. But so tweaks does not work for me. You see clubs going bankrupt by just continuously buying players. They don't seem to understand fully the homegrown rule, or what. You go into a squad and you're like, oh my god. I'm doing a fun network save with my mate in Scotland at the moment. It's like, wow, Rangers are really struggling, which are obviously, realistic at the moment. But also their finances are rubbish. Hang on, what's going on with their squad? Oh, hang on, they've signed 72 players. They've just got this entire massive squad because they struggle to sell players, I think is the big thing. I think the way that AI works feels like they just do the first step of a transfer list where they go, we don't want this guy, so we'll transfer list him for 5 million. And then that's it. They don't use TransferRoom. They don't use, any of the other abilities. They don't offer him to clubs. I feel like, and then so you see squads with 10 transfer listed players and they just all run out of contracts, and then the AI is not very good at picking up free transfers unless you go in for a free transfer. Then every AI club goes in for a free transfer. But they just don't do the picking 6 months contracts, picking up the freebies early on before anybody else gets them. They suck at that. It's become my biggest problem with the game. Financial fair play having more of an impact on AI recruitment. Good, but also, I don't know, we'll see how that works. New transfer clauses for individual player awards, cool. Better logic surrounding preferred positions in loan negotiations. Hey! Hey! I like it when you go into a club and you're like, hey, that good 18-year-old left back? We're a League One side. Can we have it? He's only on 500 quid a week. And they're like, okay, yeah, okay. You can have him, but you have to play him as an inverted left wing back support. And you're like, and we want you to pay all his £500 a week wages. And you're like, okay, I'm happy to pay the wages, but I just use a normal left back. I'm a League Two side. And they're like, okay, you can use him as a left back, but on top of his wages, you need to give us £500,000 a month. What? Sorry, what? Yeah, it's dumb. But hopefully that's better. More loans with future fees and buyback clauses. Very good. Improvements to when and why AI clubs recall players from loans early. And this is where me and my mate got thinking. It was like, oh yeah, because it never happens, right? The only time a player ever is recalled is because you're not using them enough or you're not using them in the right position. That's it, right? What happens to, oh my God, the club has an injury crisis, so they need to recall that left back because they need the depth. That makes sense. That's logical sense. That's good. What about if, that striker we've loaned you is absolutely bagging. He's an absolute bagsman. We need him back because we can't score for shit. So those are brilliant. I love the idea that, it's going to suck when it happens, but it's realistic. He's doing too well and we want him back. So what have we got here? So this is sort of bonuses and stuff. I'm going to offer, even if I'm managing a non-league, if they win the Ballon d'Or, they can have £1 million. Right? I just hope it's balanced so they don't take actually that into account. But that's good, isn't it? So this is for the actual purchase of a player. 35 mil, and I'll give you another 5 mil if he wins the Ballon d'Or. FM26 delivers several new signings in the recruitment department from a more intuitive menu that gives better oversight to 2 new transfer room. Got to get one more in there. You primed for blah, 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 everything. Yeah, fluff. So overall good. I'm not being completely negative. I just don't fully understand how this system works, or especially when it comes to selling players, how this system is any better than just wanting to offering a player out. Offering player for £10 million, you get a bunch of bids, you sell said player. That part. The recruitment process side of things, I'm going to need to see. It's still that because if it's so you're placing an ad for a ball-winning midfielder, and then teams that have said ball-winning midfielder that they are willing to sell will then come to you and go, hey, we've got a ball-winning midfielder, which is fine. That's fine. But like I said before, what about clubs that don't want to sell their player, but you know that you can just give them so much money that they have to accept it? What about players that have a release clause? They don't want to sell the player. He might have a really low release clause, but they're not going to offer him up to you, are they? So therefore, you wouldn't spot those ones. So therefore, there's just less ways of finding players that you want. Therefore, just stick to the player search function. If the player search function's still there, right? They've said it multiple times. Because if that had gone, then I'm doomed, because I can't do the rest of the game, but I'm good at finding players. So overall, I would give this is the worst out of the, I'll say videos, but it was a GIF and a tiny little video. Out of the stuff they've announced, this is probably the least excited I've been. And to be fair, I've been very excited about all the other stuff. And I'm still interested. I don't think any of it's bad, because the new stuff doesn't replace how I do it anyway. So if this turns out to be not very good, then I can just ignore that it exists, like most of the stuff in the game that I just ignore exists, right? As long as I can do it my way. I just think, I don't know, I'm interested to see how that works. Right, let me know what you think. If I've missed anything, or just, I'm a stupid old man, so just feel free to correct me if I've buggered something up or anything. But yeah, I do, and just to the final bit, I do like the overview of this. Very nice. Right, we're finished there. Is that the last one? Do we get one more? We get one more, right? We'll get one more announced, because the trouble is the next announcement the earlier. I think we get one more feature reveal. Oh, by the way, it has been officially announced. Not officially announced. I think Miles did it in a random language. I just saw a bit of it on Twitter interview. And it was international management is not in the game, which it sucks, but they really need to add it on for the World Cup. Make that not a DLC, make that a patch update, and you will win a lot of fans over it, especially because the World Cup's coming up. Synchronized, yes, synchronized. Yeah, so I think we'll maybe get one more feature reveal, including the early access date, is my hope. But I will be obviously playing it. I was thinking of how I'm gonna do it, and I need a little bit more information. I need one new feature reveal before I can announce my save. But I will be doing a first video where I'm gonna load it up for the first time and record it, just to see how confused I will be, essentially, where I just go and check everything out. So if you're interested in that, please like the video, subscribe if you're new. If you haven't pre-ordered FM already and you would like to pre-order, there is a link in the description, and you get it cheaper, and I get a couple of quid. When I do my big update video I'm going to do a big update video on life and the animals and FM and what I'm doing and all the plans and all the stuff, and I'll let you know then how much money I've raised on Fanatical. I'll just show you, because I don't, because I know if I was the other side, I'd find it interesting. So I'll show you guys. But I think we've sold about 60 copies so far. There's a leaderboard of countries, okay, as well. So I'm going to find out who is technically the most generous country as well. So, or maybe just the most obsessive about FM. Right, there we go, my friends. Thank you very much for watching. Always, you're legends. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.